Hello and welcome back to the channel. We have another interesting story in this new racial change thing that we see taking place. Apparently, the Aunt Jemima brand is going to be changing their name, and they're going to remove the image that Quaker says is based on a racial stereotype. Now, years ago, we saw that they had removed the head wrap that she had, and they gave her some curls, kind of bumped some curls in on the image. Now they're doing away with the whole thing. So they're going to change the name, and they're going to change the image, and so who knows what it will become. Let's see what the article says here. It says the Aunt Jemima brand of syrup and pancake mix will get a new name and image. Quaker Oats announced Wednesday, saying the company recognizes that Aunt Jemima's origins are based on a racial stereotype. It's amazing to me that all of a sudden people are caring about that. You got to say or think and know that there's something very strange about all of this. What is it about 2020 that people are caring what they're doing to us, how they're portraying us, what they're saying to us? Well, of course, not everyone, but why is it all of a sudden that all of these people and companies and organizations are coming to the defense of black people? Anyway, it says the picture has changed over time. In recent years, Quaker removed the mammy kerchief from the character to blunt growing criticism that the brand perpetuated a racist stereotype that dated to the days of slavery. But Quaker, a subsidiary of PepsiCo, said removing the image and name is part of an effort by the company to make progress towards racial equality. How is that going to make progress towards racial equality? Because along with racial equality, we need some financial equality as well, okay? Opportunities and things of that nature. Okay, so it also says that we recognize Aunt Jemima's origins are based on a racial stereotype. Kristen Crofeld, Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer of Quaker Foods North America, said in a press release. As we work to make progress towards racial equality through several initiatives, we also must take a hard look at our portfolio of brands and ensure that they reflect our values and meet our consumers' expectations. How thoughtful of them. How thoughtful of them. Okay. Crofel said the company has worked to update the brand to be appropriate and respectful, but it realized that changes were insufficient. Aunt Jemima has faced renewed criticism recently amid protests across the nation and around the world sparked by the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis, police custody. Okay, so there's something about this George Floyd thing again, where people are saying this is the death that matters. This is what we're going to use to spark change. Not Tamir Rice, not Ayanna Jones, not Trayvon Martin, but this one. Okay, people on social media called out the brand for continuing to use the image and discuss its racist history, with the topic trending on Twitter. Okay, so basically, you have all these companies and people and individuals and organizations who are now having a sudden change of mind and change of heart. And of course, you have so-called black people, some among the Hebrew Israelites, who are attaching this to a 400-year prophecy, which basically said that our affliction would end. I don't remember saying, or I don't recall the saying that at the end of 400 years, or when 400 years was up, that our affliction would continue and increase, and that we would remain in the land of our captivity. But maybe I misread things. But anyway, that's another topic that I do plan to discuss, because the prophecy made it very clear that we would leave with great substance, and that I said I wasn't going to get off into this. I'm going to stick to the subject at hand. The subject being this company, Aunt Jemima, changing their brand to look more politically correct, because the black woman on the jar being called Aunt Jemima is just too much. So they've got to change that, okay? That's their push towards racial equality. I'd like to see more jobs to black people, paying more money, better benefits, better treatment. Just changing the image or rebranding yourself is not enough. But anyway, for those of you who are going to jump for joy because this is happening like this is some type of personal victory, more power to you. But with that, I am out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.